For you guys that don't know me, I'm Dr. Earbuds, and I drive a Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive. Now, to me, this is the gem spec of this vehicle. 325-mile range. It's not the slowest, it's not the fastest. 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. As tested, 4.6 seconds. You can't beat it. But this vehicle, when I got it, I noticed that it don't have heating, and since we're getting into the winter time, I had to take it in for them to finally fix it. And they gave me a loaner car, a Model S 2018, that I absolutely hated. So there was a few things that I didn't like about the Model S, which was, it seemed like it didn't even have a filter. I was smelling all the car's exhaust, and that was irritating me. And I was wondering, since from the time I just picked up the car, was the fumes causing me to have a headache, or was that the first symptoms? But not only that, I was feeling like the dual motors, and that was my first time driving a dual motor Tesla, was that affecting me. And when I looked on the forums online, it seems like a lot of people had problems with the dual motors. Since that time, I've drove dual motors Teslas and I didn't have the problem. So I believe I was getting the first symptoms. But I didn't like the air suspension. I didn't like the way that the Model S, which is supposed to be, you know, a car, felt like an SUV. It had the big, large front dash. It felt big, but the opening to get in the car was kind of tight. And back then, I was pretty big. This is my problem, getting in. So there was a lot of things I didn't like about the Model S until I got my hands on the 2015 Model S. And that changed everything. Alright guys, mission accomplished. We got rid of the Model S 75D and we got ourselves a Model S 85 with the sunroof. This is rear wheel drive. Don't mind this. I don't know why they put an 85D emblem on it. This is a rear wheel drive 85. Seems like it's the, what would you call, like long range. So while the family go into Cracker Barrel and get their chicken, I'm gonna enjoy the interior of this Model S. This Model S 85, I'm very curious how much miles it has. Obviously it got some miles. Let's see, 21,381. Wow, 21,381. We're charging at 80 kilowatts. We're gonna be here for about an hour. I'm gonna charge it to full. You can't drive. Unless this car has a buffer. We had 266 miles. We gained 189. We're at 5 kilowatts and we're still getting charged. Alright guys, I'm pretty much convinced this is about 270 mile limit on this one. So I'm gonna stop it right here. You're a pig. Bang, 270 miles. So how many miles did I get on that other Model S? Whoa, we actually got a 203 miles. 243 is max. I just wanted to see how much you get from this destination charger with this Model S, and it's about the same. It's about 10-mile difference. I believe I was getting between 34 and 36 miles on my Model 3. With this one, we're getting 25 miles, but now everybody's in the car and the AC's on, so we're down to 23 miles an hour. Bit of time for all of us to use the bathroom, drink some water at the hotel, and I was able to ask for the rates. We only gained 6 miles during that time. So the destination charger is going to be even more slower with a Model S. On this Model S, I heard no creaks, no rattles. It was smooth, it was quiet in the cabin, but the exterior, we have a suspicion it was hit in the back. It's so maneuverable, right?
Yeah. In 500 feet, turn left onto 122nd Avenue.
How did it feel getting back into the RAV4 after driving this?
Now turn left onto 122nd Avenue.
I don't like about Queens. You gotta pull over to the side and let someone pass. Who, when they was making this, they was drunk.
No, these tiny ass little roads.
Now bear left onto 130th Avenue.
After a certain while, I got some speed bumps, but they're not marked off, so I gotta take it easy. There's another one coming right here. See, it's marked. But it's handling those speed bumps like a champ. This is a messy piece of road, but this car is not rocking like my suspension on the RAV4.
So this was the second time my friend Larry was able to drive a Model S. But this is the first time that he's able to go to a charger and actually plug it in. I'm trying to give him the full experience of what it would be like to own a Tesla. And right now, he have a Cybertruck on pre-order. Supercharger, we had the privilege to be 3 Model S in a row. A Model S 2015, a Model S 2016, and a refaced Model S. And I believe that was a 2017 100D. The dual motor Model S's have a higher overall suspension than a rear-wheel drive Model S. So the rear-wheel drive Teslas ride lower than the dual motor versions. I drove this car for a couple of weeks. I was able to really take it out there and figure out the charging curve on destination chargers. It's definitely around 10 or more miles slower than the Model 3. Now, it having a charge of around 266 to 270 as max, you can easily charge this up to about 250 and live with that. And with all the superchargers that's around, you can definitely survive with that type of mileage. Now, to me, the best amount of mileage is around 300, and most of the Teslas are giving you around 300 now. But you can feel safe and secure getting a Tesla Model S used with around 250 miles. That is a little bit more than enough for you to be able to drive and get from charger to charger, and even drive a little fast. So this one is averaging around 3 miles per kilowatt versus the Model 3 averaging around 4 miles per kilowatt. And you could easily get the Model 3 to about 4.5 miles per kilowatt if you really drive conservative. A rear-wheel drive Tesla is more efficient than dual motors. So there's a few things I really love about this Model S. Number one, the suspension. I don't like air suspension. I like the fact that it feels smaller. Even the kids in the back felt that this one was smaller than the 70D, which is a 2018 model. This 2015 fit the bill. It has a nice large moonroof. It has the door handles that come out versus the Model 3, which is much more easier for people to get in and out the car. It has a little bit more space, but at the same time, this 2015 feels more nimble, feels smaller, feels very agile, just like the Model 3. It feels very comfortable, and I would rather get this version used. This is great, having an opportunity to experience a Model S, because it's definitely out my price range brand new, but it's definitely in my price range if I think about getting it as a used model. This is my review / experience of being able to drive a Model S for a couple of months. We'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe.